Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I was catching up on a little bit of my light reading. So, we all know that Harry Potter Wizards Unite has been coming out. And unfortunately, it's only available in New Zealand and Australia, but here in the US, a little out of luck. For now. So, I've been doing a lot of the just reading online and watching YouTube videos and everything, and I decided to jump head first right into this. So, here we go. Let's see what we can learn. In my studies and looking around everything, I have found out that it's kind of a basic tutorial about like how to do some of the minor things. But I wanted to cross over, what you're going to see, what you are going to experience in your first couple of levels while you're out there dealing with the calamity. So we've got inns, and there are a couple different types of inns. There are green, pink, blue, brown, and purple. Which, when you first see them, they're kind of obvious actually what they are. But I found out as we were going into it, the green inns are found in more of the rural settings, but they also give the best rewards, which is a nice bonus compared to what Pokemon Go has had and everything, where like the more rural you are, you're kind of SOL. But purple is found mostly in the cities, while brown, blue, and pink seem to be kind of a mix of the city and rural things. Well, since green is the one that gives the best rewards, it seems that pink inns kind of give you the least as far as like what the options are. And there's actually a really interesting list of food items. The inns, when you go into them, give you food that you can consume and eat. They replenish your energy. So they've got here we go. I'm telling you, I've got paper strewn all over the place. So everything from tomato soup to afternoon tea to bangers and mash, just some normal things you would find. But then as you go through, you also start finding Birdie Bot's every flavor beans, pumpkin juice, Honeyduke's chocolate bars, some of the more stuff that you see more in the games and the movies and stuff, which is really cool. It's a nice little mix of reality and Harry Potter. So it's, oh wow, it's like the game. So that covers inns for the most part. You go in, you do that. Oh, I almost forgot. While you're in an inn, if you've got a, let me see, where did I have it? A dark detector. These are things that, while you're in an inn, take a look off to the side, you can activate a dark detector. And dark detectors work really nice in the fact that they work just like Pokemon Go lures on Pokestops. If you put a dark detector on, it will allow you to be able to see more of the higher level confoundables. So you can see things that are a little bit harder to beat or harder to find, that kind of thing. And you can stack them up to 3. So instead of just having one lure on a Pokestop, you can put 3 dark detectors into an inn. So, so inns are great for replenishing energy, as well as dark detectoring. Dark detectoring? Confoundabling? I have to figure out a term for that. But so other than the inns, you've also got greenhouses. And greenhouses are little buildings that are made of glass. They look just like greenhouses do. And those are actually, when you go in, you can basically pick a potted plant. And it gives you items for your potions and that kind of thing, which we'll cover here in just a moment. So the next thing we're going to go over are landmarks. And they just look like a giant pole with a flag at the top. And it just kind of identifies that it's an open area. And when you click on it, it will show you what area is covered by this landmark. And it will also tell you which type of foundables are going to be found in more abundance there. So if you go to one that has the paw print, there's going to be more of the Magizoologist. It's a long word. Magizoologist foundables. Think of it like the nests in Pokemon Go. The upside to the landmark posts is the fact that you will already know what type of foundables you're going to run into, instead of having to go to the park and walk around for 2 hours to figure out eventually that it's a Charmander nest or a Apalm nest or something. But foundables and confoundables are the same thing as like the Pokemon are in Pokemon Go. As you're going around, little thing will pop up, and you'll be able to click on it, and it'll open up an encounter, basically. And you have to be able to cast spells by tracing runes or using potions to fend off the confoundable to free the foundable. At which point you'll either be able to send it back, or get items, or potions, or a bunch of other things. It's still being worked on, and we'll cover more of that as time goes on. And then you're also going to come across these giant buildings, and they look like something you'd expect Dracula to be in. It's a giant towering fortress, and that's exactly what they're called, is the fortress. And every fortress has different tiers. So the different tiers are, the first tier is usually very easy. You go in and do whatever it suggests or whatever it requires of you to beat the tier, and then you can either go on to the next tier or go on to something else. But there's a whole lot of different things to go over as far as the fortresses go. I'll leave a link down in the description directly to a specific page for those. But most of the interactions you'll be doing in a lot of these, in a lot of Harry Potter Wizards Unite, is things with tracing glyphs and creating spells and creating potions and that kind of thing. So currently there are 14 spells in the game. I'm not going to go over the different spells because they obviously we'll go over them once we start playing the game, and we'll be able to show you and trace the different runes, and we'll have a lot of fun with it. Now, the one thing that Niantic decided to do with this that it kind of took from Pokemon Go, but it's putting a really cool twist on it, are Portkeys, and they are in portmanteaus. It's a word I don't use often. And think of it like a trunk. And the trunk, or the portmanteau, you have to walk. You have to walk a certain distance, just like it was an egg in Pokemon Go. But instead of incubators, this time you've got keys. And the golden key is equivalent to the infinite incubator, while the silver keys are equivalent to all the other incubators that then will eventually break. So the golden key, once you have it, you can only get one. You can only ever have one. Works infinitely. So you can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. And then the silver ones, after a preset amount of openings, will break. I couldn't find exact specifications about whether it's like the incubators that they have three uses, or if it's just going to be a once and done kind of thing. But it's really cool because once you walk a certain distance with the portmanteau, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to look that word up again. But once you walk a certain distance, you'll be able to open it and get a Portkey, which if you've ever read the books or obviously seen the movie, you know that they will transport you to a magical place. And they are going to be an AR, an augmented reality experience. And you will be able to open it and basically walk into the portal, and it will take you to a different place. And as you're walking around, you're supposed to find items, specific things that they need you to find, and then once you find everything, gone. You'll be popped right out of it, and you'll get experience and family experience and all that kind of stuff. So it's really kind of cool. I'm really excited to play around with that because that's going to be a nice little new level to changing up how things have been going with it. And then, so that's the beginning of everything that you can start from level 1. Now, once you hit level 4, you'll actually be able to start making potions. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on with this because you have to go around and find the ingredients for potions, and then you have to put them in, and you have to let them literally brew. And all of them have different brew timings, everything from like 5 minutes to multiple hours. The nice thing is you can set 4 of them up, and they will automatically brew. Just over time, they will continue to brew. Once the first one's done, they just right into the next one. Once that one's done, right into the next one. So it's a nice little thing. Instead of like you can set up like before you go to bed, you can set up a bunch of potions and just let them brew overnight. Especially for the longer brewing ones. Apparently there are 15 potions at the moment, and they do everything from give you better XP to give you, what do I have here? Extra XP, even some that keep confoundables from running away, and things that are just very helpful and useful in the games. I'll actually leave a link down in the description to help with that as well. And then once you hit level 6, you'll actually be able to pick a profession. Now, professions seem like they're going to be a very interesting thing for the metagame, as far as like what you choose is going to change how you play the game. So there are three professions right now, and you've got Magizoologists, which are the healers who focus on helping their teammates, but also specialize in taking down beasts. So there's some in the fortresses. There are spiders and that kind of thing, like the giant spiders, and I feel like they're going to help be able to take down those better than the other 2 professions. So next you've got professors, and they seem to be the balance between the Magizoologists and the Aurors, which is the 3rd one. And they are the professors do some really good support for the teammates, as well as casting really strong spells to take down your enemies. Then you've got Aurors, which are the combatants, and if you've ever read the books, you know that Aurors are the really strong combatants for the Ministry of Magic. But they are really good at debilitating spells, really designed to take down the dark forces. Again, I will leave a link down in the description for those as well. But this is just kind of a real quick synopsis, just something I'm going to put out there as a, hi, I'm going to try giving this a try. I think with this information, we should really be able to get right out there and really start casting some spells and saving the world from the calamity, and just have a great time. And I'm really looking forward to doing this and enjoying meeting people and really just being a wizard. I'm super excited about this. So if you're interested in seeing me get out there and not sit in this little office and, go make videos of going out and playing this and see the world and just go walk in parks and meet people and do all kinds of cool stuff, hit a like, follow, make sure you hit the bell so you'll see whenever I pop up a new video. In the meantime, here we go.